Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to allow some of y'all to kind of file in here. I'm pretty sure some people who probably missed the earlier stream who are now jumping in here, and I want to give you a chance to jump in and show face. We're going to do a live Q&A. Um, Nothing too crazy. What's going on with you? It's nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. 93 hits. How you doing? Solo Minutes. What's up with you again? Good to see you back in here. Um, Nemi, yes, we back. G Beats. What's up with you? How you doing? KB Titan. My brother, how you doing? G Beats, what's up? Hope all of y'all are having a great night. Derillis? Derillis? I believe I said that right. Hope all is well with you. Hope that you guys, sorry, ladies and gentlemen, whoever's in here, I hope you're having a great night. I wanted to jump in here. Trayvon, Poli, or Trayvon, are they still in the session? Yeah, they actually just started the session. We had to go run some errands really quick, so they just now got in the session. How's Cali? Cali is actually good. It's starting to get a little warm now. It's definitely getting warm. It's getting ready for summertime, and in this part of Cali, it gets a little bit hotter than everywhere else in Cali, out here in the Inland Empire. So that's how Cali is. How's it where you're at? Young B the Block Boy. Yes, you know it is. You know it's real out here. It's not a joke. It is not a joke. BYG 342. What up, big bro? How you doing, fam? You in North Cal, so you know you getting a lot of this too. Start getting hotter. The crime rate start going up. Signed in from New Zealand, brother. Good to see you out here, James Lockley. Good to see you on here. Where I'm at, the weather's bipolar in Alabama. What is it, raining one day and then it's cold the next day? MPC Touch Finalists, how you doing? Marquee Sound, what's up with you, family? That's a great way to put it. He said it's bipolar where he's at. Well, basically, I want to jump in here and do another Q&A. As you know, many of you know, I've been campaigning to basically get this Patreon situation, or just basically campaigning for this Patreon to get more patrons to basically help me or allow me to be able to advance this thing that I've been building, this purpose that I've been building upon, and help me build it to the next level. I've been doing everything independently, everything on my own, and it's people like you that have chose to dedicate or pledge $1, $5, but you've already decided to do this at least once a month, and because of that, you're allowing me to advance things to the next level. There's things I want to do, like a podcast. I want to do 2 podcasts actually at the same time. There are things like I need to make some computer upgrades. I need to soundproof the apartment that I'm going to be staying at May 1st. I need to join the Les Brown Professional Speaking School, which has a tuition. There's things that I want to do this year, and I know that it's possible, but it's only going to be possible from the 17,000 subscribers that I have. If even half of them just said $1, if they chose to pledge $1 at Patreon, patreon.com/Curtis King, you would be changing a whole situation. Did they screw you guys' monetization? I wouldn't say they screwed it. They just made it inconvenient for sure. It's definitely an inconvenient situation with this ad apocalypse, as they're calling it. With all of these, if you don't know, a lot of ad sponsors pulled away from YouTube, and it's been creating a lot of issues for a lot of YouTubers to basically monetize their videos. It's been an issue, but if you know me, it's nothing. I don't let that kind of stuff stop what I got going on, but it is a situation in which I really got to get crunch time this week. So if you guys can find it in you to find $1 or something or anything for patreon.com, you'll basically be paying that towards a month to continue these videos and to advance everything. Young Cash Beats asks, Curtis, how do you deal with rappers that don't want to buy your beats, or do you get your beats heard? Or how do you get your beats heard? First of all, the rappers that don't want to hear my beats, I don't feel like entitled to believe that they need to get my beats. Everybody doesn't need my beats. Every rapper doesn't need my beats, but it is my it is my goal to at least give them the best version of myself. And when I give the best version of myself, I in turn give myself the best opportunity to be bought from. There's times where a rapper gets so excited about one beat that he hears from my website and he doesn't like any other beats. But because I have a buy one and get three free on CurtisKingBeats.com, he knows, oh, if I get this one, I can get three other ones that I'm kind of feeling, and then he'll get that. And that happens, and that's fine. But it's not my goal to get those folks who are kind of fair-weathered supporters. It's my goal to find the people who said, I love what you do, I'm super ecstatic, and man, I want to tell everybody about it. It's my goal to get inside their head, get inside their ideology, get inside their mindset, and try to figure out, why do you buy from me? Excuse me. Why do you buy from me? Why is it that you enjoy buying from me? What is it that you want to hear more of? Once you tap down on that and you figure out what they want, it makes life so much easier, because all you're doing is to further supply where the demand is already at. So in terms of getting it heard, you want to make sure that you're doing the best that you can to put your best foot forward. 93 hits. I got you on the next check. Appreciate you, family. I do. Yeah, I'm already knowing about E.T., man, the hip hop speaker, man. He's really dope. As a lyrical miracle rapper, how can I appeal to those who like bangers? Like for the trap beats, I don't want to dumb it down, and you shouldn't dumb it down. You should figure out what elements from these bangers can you incorporate in your music. Is it the beats? Is it the messing around with different deliveries? Even if you're a lyrical spiritual rapper, a lyrical miracle rapper, there's ways that you can, find different ways to attack your cadences. There's different ways that you can attack a beat. There's different ways that you can approach it to where people are like, yo, like this is something that I can just groove with. A lot of times lyrical miracle rappers lose their way because they're so focused. They're so focused on just the words that they get lost so much in the translation that they forget people are listening on the other side who have no idea what the hell you're talking about. They just want to vibe. They just want you to basically be another instrument that rides over the beat. So if you desire to make bangers and if you desire to be heard like that, well, then you know what you got to do. That's without a doubt. You got to make some changes. Solo minutes, don't feel bad, man. It's all good. We out of here, man. Don't be broke for too much longer, man. You 17, but excuse me. It's just a smell or something, like an incense in his house or something that has been jacking my vocal cords up. Same thing happened. Oh gosh, and no, it's not because it's 420. The YouTube ad fiasco just shows that you have to be a hustler. Would you agree? Yeah, I mean, you have to always make sure you don't put your eggs in one basket. You got to make sure that you always give yourself an opportunity to make income in different places. You got to have different streams of income. YouTube started becoming my second stream of income, which was a beautiful thing, and I was building up on it, and then everything happened over the last few months that kind of slowed things down. Then the ad fiasco just kind of sandwiched on top of that, and it was just a lot of things that came at the same time. So you do definitely have to figure out other ways to be of benefit, to folks around you. Let me see what else we got in here. Should I post my beats on YouTube? Absolutely. YouTube is like it's one of the greatest places to put your music, and it's just a free promotion if you know your SEO. Take a YouTube SEO class on Udemy. Udemy. Read the description and find a class that basically speaks to how can I put it, YouTube SEO and how to build up your channel to where you get people clicking on it and then figuring out, what terms should you use in your titles and your descriptions and your tags that get people coming back or new people discovering your content. Let me see what other question we got. Sorry about that. What companies can assist with promoting but not too high on pricing? I mean, honestly, your best promotion is going to be the tools that you have in front of you. If you have a Facebook page running a boosted ad on a video that's less than 2 minutes, or running a promoted ad on some content that you have where you just want to get new eyes to it, is always a great opportunity to do that. I'm getting all of these updates now that people know that I'm live. It's crazy. When I go live, people tend to always want to pop up and send me messages as if that's the great time to send it to him, when he's focused in on these questions. Ricky Colt says, love what you do, man. I'm a platinum patron for you as of this morning, man. I thank you so much, Ricky. Thank you so much for doing that. I really appreciate that. Like I said, there's no amount too small, and I certainly appreciate you even taking that into consideration. You know what I mean? Like, it's so hard for me to be in a situation where I feel like I'm like begging. I don't ever feel like, I don't want to feel like I'm begging, but it is basically making sure that I'm in a position to continue to give you this information. And if I'm in a place where, either because of the volume or because of the environment, I'm not able to soundproof my environment. Like right now we're in a house, which is all good, but when I'm in this apartment, it's probably going to change things a bit. So having your support actually makes sure that you get the information that you have come to expect. Should you put singles in an EP? I mean, singles can be a part of anything. Singles generally are part of a project or an EP. Singles are literally a device for promotion. You put a song out that is easily digestible because it's just 3 minutes, as opposed to say a 40-minute, 50-minute EP. It's easily digestible, and all people have to do is basically listen to this song and decide, hey, I like it. Do I have some kind of call to action? Do I want to buy the song? Do I want to go, excuse me, do I want to go follow this person on social media? Do I want to share the song? It's great to give yourself opportunities like that, and sometimes singles become the greatest promotion for that. Let's look at some other questions. How to be rich in vocabulary? Can you make video upon those? How to become rich in vocabulary, like how to increase your vocabulary. Reading is definitely your best asset. Also, too, something that I remember Eminem said that he did was he would sit there and just literally study the dictionary. He would go through words and figure out words. And I think also, too, figuring out the words that you want to rhyme in your music so you're not becoming too monotonous. Usually when rappers want to expand their vocabulary is because they're saying a lot of the same rhyming words and repeating themselves, where a great way to do that is to find the names you want to say, find the places you want to mention, find the circumstances you want to mention, the topics, and write them down on the list, and just try to figure out rhyming words that go along with it. Find multiple syllable words. Yo, man, don't get too pushy now. I just answered your question right now. Don't get too pushy. Alan Nuncia, how long in your care till full time? How long in your career till? Are you asking how long did it take before I could do this full time? I believe I was doing music from 03 to It took me about 6 years to really get this to where it's a full-time money. And I wasn't making a whole lot of money, but it was enough to at least it would rival my minimum wage paying job. But not till, I say, 10 years in did I really get myself in a situation where, and it really wasn't because I had to wait 10 years, because I had to be put in a situation where life was like, yo, you got to figure this out or you're going to have to quit. And there was no way that I was quitting. It was a must for me to continue. And it was a must. It made me look for other opportunities. So, any good books I should get from my Kindle? Marquee Sound. I don't know. I think that you should definitely get Unshakable by Tony Robbins. I think that Jab Jab Right Hook is a great one. Is a great book to go ahead and get into, especially when it comes. It just depends on what you're into. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Thank you. That's definitely a great book. I got so many. The Miracle Morning, The Compound Effect, The Slight Edge, The Richest Man in Babylon is another one. What else? It's escaping me right now. Oh, Failing Forward by John C. Maxwell. Also The Go-Giver. That's one of my favorites, The Alchemist. Yeah, if you guys have any other suggestions, throw them in there, because I mean, a lot of the stuff that you're saying, I've had the opportunity to go ahead and consume those. I can't wait to the day I can quit my security job. Neither can I, man. Marquis, you deserve that. You're very dope at what you do. So go ahead, go for it. Curtis, I want to be a producer. Michael Newman says, Curtis, I want to be a producer / rapper. What should I do about it? I want to release beat tapes, music. One more question. Should I make one separate email for different things like social media, buying stuff? I think initially, if you're just building your fan base, I think you should send them to all one email. I think that having these multiple emails not only becomes a hassle to try to figure out, but you're over preparing. You're doing too much too soon. Initially, what you need to do is figure out how to get back to people as soon as possible. When they're hitting you up with email asking you for merch, you don't want to have to say, damn, I didn't check my merch email for a long time because I haven't been getting emails. I messed up. Don't put yourself in that situation. Put yourself in a situation where you get those emails all in the same place, and when it becomes too much to handle, then you start separating them out. But until it becomes too much to handle, put them all in the same email. Now, in terms of the first part of that question, you want to be a producer rapper? Well, you got to do the things that producer rappers do. You got to jump out in the mix. You got to jump out there in the fray, and you got to put yourself out there. You want to do beat tapes? Put beat tapes out. You know, just don't let fear stop you from. Don't let fear stop you from your destiny. You are destined to release these things. You're destined to get the fan base you're supposed to get. If you get 4 people that love it, cool. That's 4 people that wouldn't have never heard about it had you never put it out. They never would have enjoyed it. So there is definitely value to just putting it out and learning from your own mistakes. There's things that I could tell you to look out on along the way, but at the same time, you have your own journey. And I think the only way you're going to learn is when you fully immerse yourself in the process. Louis Cynical says, was it a wise decision to quit my job to pursue music? You got to be the judge of that. You know, I think that it's always wise to do what you feel like fully drives you. I think it's always wise. There's 3 things that I think that determine the criteria if you're living the life you're supposed to be living, or if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing in life. The first one is, what would you do and do it for free? Okay? Would you do this music and do it for free? Michael Newman, man, love you too. I appreciate that. The second one is, first, what would you do and do it for free? The second one is, what is the second one? What would you do and do it for free? Well, one of them is, I'm going to put them out of order, is how can you give to others? Oh, the third one is, what do you do that comes easy for you but harder for other people to do? If you figure that's music, I think it's a wise decision to go after it. Now, is it a wise decision when you have a bunch of responsibilities to take care of and you put yourself against a wall? I mean, that's for you to be the judge of. I would say it's probably not wise to do it if you got bills to be paid. It's probably not wise to just jump out there in the fray, but sometimes putting yourself up against a wall, put yourself in that situation. I remember Tony Robbins told a story where he said he was only making I think he had just started making some money, and I think he was only making like a few $1,000s. And then one of his millionaire mentors was like, yo, I have a castle, and, you can stay here, but this is the rent. And he was like, this is way out of my range. But he was like, he wanted to say yes to it because he knew that pressure would put him in a situation where he had to become more creative. So in that situation, he became so creative that he found a way to make that 2 times the amount he was making so that he could keep that castle because he loved it so much. It was a must that he kept it. So I think it's the same thing for quitting your job. You know what I mean? Matthew Flolian says, did you suck at making beats when you first started? I can't even finish one without scrapping it. Hell yeah, I sucked, man. I was terrible. It's funny because if you go on YouTube right now and look up Schoolboy Q talks about Curtis King's worst beat, or just put Schoolboy Q Curtis King worst beat, and it's gonna pop up a video of him talking about how the first beat he ever rapped on at Flo Leon. He tells you the first beat he ever rapped on at TDE was over my beat, and it was the most terrible gunshots everywhere. I don't know what I was thinking. It was a bunch of gunshots and 808s, and I don't know who I thought I was gonna make a beat for J-Rock low key, but he talks about it. And I had a terrible beat. I had many of terrible beats, but you know what? It's the same thing I always say. Like, if you ever seen somebody grow an afro, or grow their hair out, there's an ugly stage of growing hair out where it's just like, what is that gonna look like? And then eventually you get out that ugly stage. I think it's the same thing with music, is that you got to get to the ugly in order to really, really get to that full potential that you can. Excuse me. Oh my God, that you can get to. Got to get there. Braids with no hang time. You feel me? You feel me though? Majestic the Beat Plug says, Curtis, what is the best way to promote your beats? I think it still remains the same places, from SoundClick to you have to figure out where the fire is for you. You got to figure out where the fire is for you. Where's the fire at? Where is it burning? Sometimes it's burning for you on an Instagram. If you got Instagram going where people are always gravitating to your Instagram, maybe you should start promoting your beats there. If you are on YouTube and a lot of people are subscribed to you, but they're not in any other place, maybe you should go follow that fire. You need to be like a hound dog. Follow the scent of success. You got to look around, and as soon as you start seeing like, oh, there's fire over here. Okay, let's follow that. So it's the same thing with where you should promote your beats. I can tell you places, like I promote my beats primarily on SoundClick, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, stories, not even really an Instagram post. And where else? Yeah, that's pretty much it. So from there, I have to see, okay, what makes more sense to promote my beats? Sometimes it's Facebook ads. Like if I have like a Roscoe the Taco video, it's always great to promote my CurtisKingBeats website because people are sharing it like crazy. For instance, that video that I did where it was like producer tags are out of control. I think I said the beat tag CurtisKingBeats.com like almost 30 times. When other opportunity can I have to get somebody to listen to my beat tag 30 times? YOLO 2. If your music is on other YouTube channels, should you report them because of ad revenue or should you let them promote your music? Here's what I say. If your music is on other YouTube channels and people are using it, register it on TuneCore. Register it on one of these music distributors. Because what's going to happen is this. When you register it, and if you do like a TuneCore will go find all the different YouTube pages using your music. They'll pay you for it, first of all, because you're getting plays and you're getting ad revenue off of it. They'll pay you for that. So you're basically getting paid off of somebody else stealing your beat or using your beat on their page. You'll get paid. And on top of that, you have the opportunity to, be the sole owner of your own music. And you can also get it took down if somebody stole it with a tag. You can get it took down because of that. So there's many benefits to doing it. I think that's one way to kind of counteract that. Let me go back up. I know I missed a bunch of questions. I apologize. Lee John says, is it possible to make quality beats on Ableton Intro? I feel very limited as I actually don't know Ableton Intro. I don't know it that well. I do know I saw a lot of EDM DJs. I've seen them work on Ableton and do some amazing EDM music, amazing EDM trap music, and I was just amazed that they can do that on Ableton. It seems like you have so much more control for the technical aspects, I think that's really important. Solo Menace says, how do you deal with doubt or people disliking your own music? You just gotta let them dislike it. It ain't for everybody. You know what I mean? And sometimes we feel so personally hurt by it because it is our music, because we are putting it out there in the world, and there's people out there who attack us in the meanest ways. Like people, like even when I made a video about losing everything, I lost everything. Not everything. I lost a lot of what meant a lot to me, and if somebody disliked that video, I can't do nothing about that. Some people, you got to think to yourself, the internet is open to a lot of people. Some people are not all too wrapped too tight. Some people got some things going on. Some people are just angry. Some people are jealous. Some people don't like your optimism. Some people don't like the fact that you're better than them. It's just there. It's just there. And you can't, the thing is, if they're not going to sit in there and build up your beats with you, why do they deserve to have an opinion about what happens to your beats or what your beats should sound like? If they're not sitting in this sweaty ass room or whatever you're in, and if they're not sitting there paying the bills, if they're not sitting there paying for your FL Studio courses, they're not there. Why? It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. How often do I write songs? Whenever this guy that you hear in the background, whenever he got time to go ahead and do some music, we just go ahead and work it. I'm actually staying with him for this limited time, but we've been working on so much new music. Sometimes it'll be 3 or 4 times during a week. Sometimes it'll be once every 2 weeks. But we just get in there and work, man. I just think it's one of the things where once you learn how to ride a bike, you don't ever stop learning how. And as long as you always have an optimistic point of view and you always challenge yourself to get better and get better and get better, there's not really any falling off, unless you're trying to do something that requires you to be a swordsman. Like if you're a lyricist and you have to continue to make sure you get better and better and better, yeah, then you're going to have to definitely do that. But I think that if the music is in you, it's in you. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. As a rapper, is it smart to make a mixtape when you get a fan base? And oh yeah, sound like you guys making dope music. As a rapper, is it smart to make a mixtape when you get a fan base? I mean, I don't think there's ever I don't think it's not that it's not smart to make a mixtape, but I think it's important that you get something easy for people to consume the first time around. What's the music in the background? That's oh gosh doing a session for the homie. CJ. He just on my stream right now. They're making some music right now for CJ. I'm sorry. I want to answer that question. I like that question at the bottom. Let me answer this other question first. So initially, I think like I put up in one of my last videos this week is make something easily consumable. Make something that people can consume that is not going to be a whole lot. If you don't know somebody, like, what do you think? Okay, let me ask you this. If you're walking in the mall and a rapper was like, yo, listen to my, my music. And you'd be like, would you more than likely want to listen to a whole album or just a song? Well, it's no different when you got a stranger that's coming up to you, or coming on the internet and they see your name. Maybe they've been seeing your name or your friend's been sharing your name. They need to have an opportunity to basically, consume something that's easily consumable. And I think a song is a lot easier to consume. MC Classic said, best foods to eat that boost creativity for music production. Pretty much anything green, you can't go wrong. Avocados, lettuce, avocados, spinach, almonds, nuts, almonds and nuts are really great for that because here's the thing about it. They boost your brain. There's things that almonds are great for you. Walnuts are great for your focus and your brain. So these things are going to always do it. Drinking water on a consistent basis is also great too. Just you got to stay hydrated. The easiest thing is to sit there and be dehydrated. How can I create an Instagram and an authentic Twitter account for a platform starter? I don't know quite what you mean, but maybe you can expand upon that. Do you think it's smart to make your beats free when you're starting out? It depends on what your goal is. If your goal is to get your name out there, it can definitely be used as a smart tool to do that. But if you're mixed between I want to kind of get paid and I kind of want to get my name out there, then you're going to find some issues because, like I said, you're not going to be congruent. Your body language and everything that you're doing, your promotion is not going to be congruent because one hand it looks like, like I kind of want to get my name out there, but I kind of want to get paid, and then people just don't consume it at all. So I think that's definitely one way to do it. Jerz says, what you think about mixing beats versus mastering? I ask because mixed well, it sounds better, way better than the master versions, messes up the dynamics. I mean, it at the end of the day, this music is what you interpret it to be and what you want it to represent for you. I think a great master is something that if you have the ability to have a great master, you should do that, especially if you're gonna be submitting your music off to radio and to these different things. I think it's great. I think it's great to get a great master, but at the end of the day, you gotta love your music too. You have to be the one that loves your music, and ISO So Cold, I think just said it too. Hold on, I think somebody got the doorbell right now. Let me go check that out real quick. I'll be right back. Keep asking questions. All right, sorry about that. Yeah, so we back in here. Let me see what you left in the meanwhile. Is going to a music conference out of state a smart investment? Hell yeah. Any place that you can go get yourself some more information, any place that you can go network, any place that you can go learn some things about the thing that you love, there is no such thing as having too much information unless that information basically starts making you be in an analysis paralysis situation where you're not acting anymore. You're not acting anymore. You're just literally just sitting there, you know. So yeah, I think that you want to make sure that the information you get and puts you to action. The stuff that I read always puts me to action. The stuff I listen to every morning, I listen to something that it builds me up self-esteem wise. Like Les Brown has this. If you look up Les Brown Georgia Dome, Les Brown Georgia Dome speech. It's 35 minutes. It's one of the most inspirational speeches that you're gonna hear, and every morning it fills me up. Tony Robbins has this thing called Hour of Power that I listen to because it just fills me up with the stuff that I need, the juice that I need to be able to do the things that I want to do. So, what you consume in that first 20 minutes of your day is the most important thing that you could ever do. I know somebody said, "What do you want to?" Oh yeah, Louis Cynical said, "Could you explain more about TuneCore? What did you want to know about TuneCore?" So TuneCore is basically an opportunity for you to, if you want to get your music on Apple Music, want to get your music on Tidal, on Spotify, even now Pandora. I got my Pandora station literally from my TuneCore account. This is the place to go. You basically upload your music, and it basically does all the middleman work to getting your music to all these different platforms. So there's other ones that are out there. I prefer TuneCore because I get my check every week. I get extra money from streaming. It's just a good situation. DistroKid is another one too. I've heard of that. I've heard good things. CD Baby I've heard of too. What do you think about 360 deals? And also, would you sign one? Christian, I'm sorry if I said your name wrong. Christian, I would never sign a 360 deal. Never sign a 360 deal. Only way I would sign a 360 deal is if I was young and it was an opportunity for me to get my name out there. If it was an opportunity for me to, if my goal was just to get fame, and this is pre-internet age, I would have done it. But now you don't need a 360 deal. Literally, your new 360 deals is you signing a premium account for SoundCloud until it blows up. You know what I mean? It's an initial investment, and you do have to pay a lot. Not a lot, but enough to justify paying attention to it. I wouldn't do that though. You wouldn't do it because you have so many different opportunities now to monetize what they're basically going to monetize for you, which is an audience. Let me look at the other question. Can you blow up if you're not from the States? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You've seen people who have done it. Look at other people who have done it. And try to see what did they do that was a important step in their process. Let me see. Oh, that's a lot of questions coming up, and that's great. I'm so glad to see these things these live streams start building. I remember we couldn't get 20 people in here at one point in time. Now we sitting up here, got 53 people in here. This is really dope. It's really dope to see so many aspiring and professional and folks that just been in here doing music. It's so dope to see us all help one another, and that's all that I really wanted to make sure I made an impact of within this particular journey of mine, is to get people helping each other. If they couldn't help themselves. Would you like to be signed to a label? At this point, no. Absolutely. What I want to do is build up my business. What I want to do is take chances on things that most labels probably would look at me crazy and think that that's not a possibility to do what I do. They probably look at me and say, "What do you mean you're going to give informational videos and you're going to make money off? What do you mean that's going to be a platform for you to now have people who are interested in your music who never would have been interested? What do you mean?" They'll look at me crazy, but it worked. It worked. Let me look at the other stuff. I know you got a lot of questions on here. Oh my goodness. Do you think Drake's career is a textbook for the next generation of rappers? I think in a lot of ways, people will talk about Drake in much the same way they talked about Jay-Z at one point in time because of all the opportunities that he's opened up from an advertising standpoint. I think he obviously has his own career and his own things that he's doing, and there's other things to take from it. But I don't know about textbook. I think it definitely will be a conversation piece for a lot of artists who are gonna say, "Yo, like how he did it, I think is dope," and I think they are gonna look at that as sort of something to look at. Um, Let me see. I'm going back to these questions. A lot of great questions. Thank y'all for sending these questions. This is dope. My phone's getting ready to die. Yeah, we'll get to it soon. How do you start from zero subs audience on SoundCloud? Post, tag, share. Post, tag, share. And then also be the one thing a lot of rappers and producers miss out on, and it's a great opportunity, is when you start off from scratch, go become fans of other people, because you got to get around people who have a lot of activity going on. And I don't mean go there and go promote your music. I mean go there and be a fan of people's music. If you got the most fire like page, a lot of that stuff shows up in search engines because people start going to your playlist, and that's good for SoundCloud because SoundCloud in turn looks at you as a valuable asset for their website. Why? Because you keep people on their website. So, naturally become a fan first. And then what you're going to see is by becoming a fan, you're going to see the things that attract fans. Um, Curtis King, are you gonna do the Les Brown thing you was gonna do? You said to pay that. Yeah, I'm definitely doing the Les Brown. It's a $5,000 tuition, and this is why I need your guys' help at Patreon, patreon.com/Curtis King. You could pledge as little as $1, and it will be $1 that comes out, of your card account every month, and that will go a long way for an opportunity for me to basically not only make a living at this, because I already make a living at this. It's not about that. This is about growing things to the next level, and this gives the opportunity to do that. And one of the things I want to do is become a better professional speaker, and this is one of the best ones that I know. Like, he's one of my favorite speakers. To be even accepted to the school is amazing, but I gotta pay the tuition. But at the same time, like I know, bills is not gonna stop because I want to become a professional speaker. But the beautiful thing about it is once I put myself in that situation, I'll be able to do more of this kind of talking, and I'll be able to be in front of a lot of you guys on a regular basis because I want to do shows, I want to do professional speaking, I want to do all this stuff in the same type of shows. I want to start my own wave of things where it's something they've never seen before. I remember I talked to one of Les Brown's representatives, and he said, I've never heard of anything like that before, and I would love to see it come to fruition, and I would love to be a part of your learning curve. So with that said, I still need your guys' help. Let me actually post let me post a link there so you guys can see what exactly it is. What is this? Oh, no, I'm not doing that. Can I post a comment? I don't know if I can. Well, I tried. You're 21 years old. Are you too late to get started? Hell no. If you don't get to work, go and get to work. Go and get to work. Enjoy this. Let's see. You will be the Gary Vee of YouTube soon. Michael Pratt, I appreciate that confidence in me, man. That's one of my favorite dudes, man. Gary Vee is a really great guy. Would you ever start your own label if you could? Nah, I could actually. I could, and I've thought about it. I mean, the closest thing that I will ever do to a label, and it's not necessarily a label, is the Chill Palace, which is pretty much, oh gosh, Leotis, myself, the homie Navian. Those are primarily producers. The homie Villain, Captain. That's the closest thing I'll ever do to a label. But it's not a label. It's more so an opportunity and platform for these artists who I'm ultra inspired by to basically do the music that they want to do, and I just help them figure out marketing plans to get it out to the right people. That's all I want to do is get it out. You know what I mean? The first project we released on Chill Palace was the Jubilee Year project and went number 4. So on iTunes charts. So we're just working. looking for Crate Diggins questions. You see, you want to hear the question. I want to see what it's at. Where is it at? Where is it at? Once again, excuse this little nasty cough I got. I don't know. I know where it came from. Crate digging. Between you and DJ Payne, I learned a lot about sample clearance. Do the same rules apply if you were to sample something from a YouTube video, like a stupid Jimmy Fallon line or something? I mean, I don't necessarily know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know. I could look into it, but I don't think that you should find any issues. I've never heard of somebody getting sued. Now, that's not to say that you can't, because it is still somebody else's property. You know, NBC's property, if it's like one of these TV shows, still somebody's property, but at the same time, I don't think they're aggressively looking for that. If anything, I think they love that. You know, I think they love for you to share the content that's involved with them, because it makes people curious about, you know, hey, well, maybe I should check into this person. They're going in there. What do you think about the term ageism? So basically, it's basically people discriminating based upon age. I think it's a silly thing. I think it's very silly. I think that hip hop has this thing where, because it's such a young genre, because it's such a age-driven genre, that it, you know, you can't be hot if you. Here's the thing about it. I think that as long as you're acting your age, not even just your age, as long as you're acting who you are and you're being who you are, I don't think any of that matters, and it shouldn't matter to you. But if you make it a situation, if you make it your thing where I'm 38 and I need to make sure these rappers who are 17 know what real rap's about, it's gonna come out in your demeanor, and people are not gonna be gravitated towards it. But if you're somebody like me, like I'm 32 and I feel like spiritually more young than I did when I was 17. Because of the positivity that I surround in my life, the food and the information I put in myself, I feel so vibrant and so alive that I make sure that these people, you know, they get this energy whenever they get to my music. Yes, 32, shocking, huh? Somebody said it the other day. Somebody who was like younger than me was like 32. What the hell? Yeah. Said I still look 22. Thank you, George. I appreciate that, family. Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm literally the result of Curtis. You're 20, man. I'm literally a result of positivity, of optimism, of keeping your spirit young. Now, physically, there's some times I get beating my ass physically. I'll be feeling like I'm 32, but for the most part, this energy keeps me vibrant, man. This energy keeps me so happy, so alive, and so eager. Being able to help people too. I think that it just, exactly, dead ass. Spirituality keeps you young. I'm telling you. Boca Floja. Are you still cool with Jinx? Yeah, that's my brother. What you mean cool with him? He don't like Jinx now. His name is not Jinx no more. His name is Atao Santos. Boca Floja, man. Much respect to you. An honor to have you in here. Curtis, if you say you're 25, people will believe. That's cool. That's cool. I still get carded. Somebody carded me the other day, and they were like, can I see your ID for that beer that you have? I was like, I'm flattered. He was like, show me your ID. He thought I was like trying to be the young guy, trying to act old. He thought I was like McLovin from, he thought I was McLovin from freaking Superbad. Like, the beer's got hops. I was like, come on, bro. Come on. Have you ever got a TV placement? Yeah, All Def Music actually used my music on their awards show that was on Fuse TV about a month and a half ago. So yeah, I've had that. I've had Van Skateboarding use my music. The Real Gnostic, what's up? They used my music before. Really great. You know, it's crazy dealing with them. It's a lot easier dealing with them than it is dealing with rappers. It's a reason why I just stopped. Excuse me. There's a reason why I stopped pursuing placements, because it's so much easier just dealing with. It's so much easier dealing with these companies than it is dealing with rappers. Joshua Brown, what's up with you? How you doing? Tricky D Labs. Hey, lemon juice. Appreciate that. Christy, is features important when you're an artist? Yes, features can definitely be one of your biggest assets when building your fan base up. But then too, it's got to be the features that make sense. If you got, like, it makes more sense for you to do a collect. If you want to use features to help grow your fan base and your career, try to find features that are not. You don't want to just go. If you got 400 followers, if you got like a fan base of maybe 200 people, legit 200 people, or even 50 people, it doesn't make any sense for you to try to go after a future, a feature. Even if you can afford it, it doesn't make any sense. Your money is better suited for the long run by aligning yourself with somebody who's like a level up. And what you do is you continue to level up with them, because if somebody's just a level up, they're probably going to do a music video with you along with the feature. They're probably going to do in studio footage with you. They're probably going to take pictures with you. They're probably going to be promoting a song with you. It's a lot different than if you get like somebody who's way out of here, like a Drake on a feature. Then it's like they really don't have to give you anything after they paid you, So. Let me see. Great questions in here. I'm trying to think. Best life lesson that you have. Give your way to everything that you want to receive. Whatever you want to receive, you just have to find a way to give first, and you'll get whatever you want in this life. Let's see what else we got in here. Curtis, what's your favorite Flying Lotus album? I don't have a favorite album. I just have favorite Flying Lotus songs, like or instrumentals, like the and what else? Message Situation is one of my favorite beats from Flying Lotus. Never Catch Me with Kendrick is one of my favorite Flying Lotus joints. Absolutely. Let me see what question do we go on next to. I think I answered those questions above. DVE Highlight says, how can you get in contact with bigger artists? Well, once again, what I just said right now is you have to find people who are just that one level over. So if you got, a fan base of 50 people, and you know somebody who got 150 or 200, you level up and you work yourself up. Sometimes it's not all about getting straight to the artist that you want to work with. Sometimes it's working with the people who are like, the next in line, the people who are like the little homies, or the people who are the smaller investments. You want to get to them first. Sometimes politicking with them is a lot easier than dealing with the guy that has everybody's demand. Everybody's trying to get at this person. Everybody's trying to talk to him. Sometimes it's a lot easier to talk to the road manager. Sometimes it's a lot easier to talk to another rapper within a group that doesn't have quite the buzz that the main rapper has. Sometimes by you going in there and aligning yourself with them, say for instance you make beats and you find a rapper who's underneath a bigger rapper and you provide him beats, you think that bigger rapper's not going to see what's going on with his younger homie? He's going to see and be like, yo, who is this dude, and let me get his contact. Build from there, first build from there and see how it goes. Let me see what else we got here. What new rappers do you fuck with right now? I like Dave East. I like, who else do I like? I mean, would you consider like J. Cole and Kendrick the new rappers, even though they've been around for a minute? Who else? Who else do I really mess with? Oh my God, I just listened to somebody. I do like, who's the dude that made First Day Out? Joyner Lucas is super dope. Yeah, Nav is super dope. Joyner Lucas is really, really, really dope. Funny story, Joyner Lucas was one of my first customers when I started selling beats. T Grizzly, that's what it is. T Grizzly, A Boogie, yes. A lot of these artists I get introduced to, not because I'm actively pursuing them, but I find them because of the playlist that I have on my Apple Music. Let me see. I'm going to run through some questions. I think we're going to end very shortly here. I just want to make sure I jumped in here. I just want to jump in here and have a conversation with y'all. Mr. King, YPT Pope says, Mr. King, any advice for a new artist to develop a plan? The first thing you want to figure out is, what do you want? What do you actually want? A lot of rappers, a lot of new artists don't know what they want. They got a bunch of different things that, they want. They want a Grammy. They want features. They want 1 million followers. They want Instagram. They want, Instagram pop, and they want all these different things. Figure out what is exactly that you want. We all have 6 needs. And I always talk about that from what I learned from Tony Robbins, is that it's certainty, uncertainty, significance, love, growth, and contribution. Growth and contribution is what makes us happy as human beings. So if you find whatever it is that you're doing to make you happy, you'll be in such a great situation. You'll be in such a great situation. If you find out how whatever you're doing makes you grow and it helps you contribute, you'll be in such a happy situation. I think that person was right. One day we're gonna crack 100 people in the live stream. Just got to work on it. Consistency is key. So I'm getting ready to actually jump out of here, but I'm so thankful for you guys jumping in here and spending this Thursday night with me to answer these questions. I'm going to jump in here more because I'm going to be all in your face, because I need you to understand how important this Patreon campaign is. I cannot stress it enough to you. Patreon.com, patreon.com/Curtis King. It's probably one of the most important campaigns that I'm doing, because this is absolutely going to keep everything going, and not just keep it going, but it's going to take things to the next level. Coy Bird, what was your question, man? I see you in here. Is it possible to get 100% money off of sales or close? TuneCore did me dirty last time, and I'm traumatized. I mean, I don't have any particular. I've never had any issues with TuneCore. I mean, they take a cut because they're a service that's being provided. I never had them do me dirty. But if you want 100% of the sales, you're going to have to either create your own streaming platform, or you're going to have to just sell music directly hand to hand out of CDs. That's the only way you're going to get 100%. When it comes to these distribution sites, I heard some things about Distro. What is it, DistroKid, I believe it is, that they try to get you as much as you can without cutting the percentages. But at the end of the day, these are websites that need to keep the lights on so they can provide the service they provide. So I've never had any issues with TuneCore, but that's my particular thing on that. Man, I can be in here. I could be in here for hours and hours on end. I really appreciate being here. CD Baby is great too. I'm going to make sure that I return possibly tomorrow. If you're up for that, do you think this is a good time? People who are in here, do you think it's a good time to return next time? Same way that I came here last time? Is it a good time to jump in, or should we do a little earlier? Let me know before I bounce out of here. You take it easy too, Pomelo. Good time. Okay? So right now on the West Coast, it's about 9:30ish. We started this. We can definitely do this. We can do this again. Yeah, let's do that. Y'all have a good night. I appreciate all of your questions. I will definitely come back to them. I'm sorry if I haven't answered all your questions, but I certainly appreciate you. Once again, patreon.com/Curtis King. I'll put that in the description once this video is done. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for telling all your friends about these videos, for consuming them, for all these people who have been in here purging on these videos. Thank you so much for consuming this information and sharing it. Much love. I love all of y'all, and I really mean that. Thank you so much for allowing me to live this dream. Once again, Curtis King, CurtisKingBeats.com. Peace.